Zdravo ljudi, ja sam Zeka i dobrodošli opet u Vampire the Masquerade, part 8. Ako se sećate prošli put, izvinite zbog ovo, morao sam da provjerim da li snimio ovo ili ne. Ako se sećate prošli put s part 7, mi smo obavili ovaj, kako se zove, sa time, sa warehouse, da je raznamo u vazduh. Uspeli smo, pobjegli smo i sad smo u downtown kako bismo mogli da pričamo sa Lacroix Prince, to onaj plavoš, onaj lik, što je nema šterio vajda život, to tako nešto, pa svašta, od koje znam. Upoznali smo se sa još jednom likom, koji ja zapravo ne znam ko je to. Ne znam kako se zvao, ali vidjet ćemo. Bez obzira spasio nam je dupe i od neke troje vampira, pa eto. I svašta, a rekao nam je da ima neki diner, last rounds, tako nešto, da možemo kao poznamo sa njim, pa eto. Ali bez obzira, mi sad moramo imamo kod Adventure Tower Downtown. Znači, mi smo downtown, samo treba nađemo taj Venture Tower. Ne znam gdje je to zapravo, ali vidjet ćemo. Obično postoji neki znak za ime to. Hellbrook Hotel, ne, nije to. Da, okej, moramo da nađemo ovaj, nisam ja ovdje kao nešto tu igrao pre snimanje, mada sam možda trebao da bi znao gdje je taj Venture Tower. Ali šta ću vidjeti, najvjerojatnije ovo da budem iskren, ali ne znam, možda zapravo ovo jest, ne znam. Ovo može se otvori, ali nisam siguran da to. Ha? Šta se događa? Okej, ovo je malo čudno. Opa, vidi ovo. Need blood. Opa! Šta je ovo, brate?
Hey baby, looking for a date?
No thanks, I'll pass. Da. I ovo likoše još tu. Poligone, vidi ovo. Nisu loše. Venture Tower. Ajde, ja mislim da je tamo ono što smo mogli kao da otvorimo. Zapravo, ajde, nema veze. Vidi ovo. The Reckoning. Coming soon. Pa to se radujem, bogom, ajde. Ajde, samo kreni, brate. Ne možeš da trčiš. Jeste, okej. Ajmo da pitamo lik.
Hey there, Chief. Small world, huh? Yep, after that gallery, I didn't think I'd be able to get a job guarding a room full of jack squat from the Boogity Man. But then I get a call offering me this sweet night shift slot, and I'm back in the security game. Enough about my lucky break. You, here to see one of the bigwigs, Chief?
Yeah, I'm here to see Lacroix.
Would that be Sebastian LaCroix of the LaCroix Foundation, or Dwayne LaCroix of Insurrection Baby Formula Company?
Sebastian LaCroix.
Okay then. Mr. LaCroix, he told me to expect someone fitting your description sometime tonight. You go right on up.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you have a good power meeting, or whatever it is you types do up there. You need any security? Well, you just ring the front desk and ask for Officer Chunk. That's me, in case you were wondering.
Did you say Chunk?
Yeah, I get that all the time. The name goes back to my football days. My fantasy football days at the station. Stationarium. That was this office supply outlet mall I used to watch. Hey, you kids! No skating in the parking lot. That was me.
Right. Be seeing you, chunk. Ajde. Ne mislim da... Aha, idemo liftom. Opa. Okej. Pornhub. Vidio. A nije Pornhub. Šta je bro? Ajoj. Možda ja sam u nekoj sceni za Pornhub, samo što ja sam taj što će primiti. Ali nisam siguran.
There you are. I was informed of your presence in the building. Since you're here, I'll take the liberty of assuming you've destroyed the warehouse. This is correct, yes?
Yes, that is...
Excellent. I had no doubt you'd prove my decision a prudent one. I trust you encountered no impediments to your progress on account of my personnel.
The Santa Monica kindred were a little two-faced, but that's about it. No, none at all. Da bi nama pomogao taj lik, Mercurio.
That is the answer I like to hear. You've done well, circumstances being what they were. I will admit, not many in your position would have overcome such a trial. But don't misunderstand me. It was no fool's errand. You may yet prove to be a genuine asset. It's a bit disturbing the lack of talent within this organization as of late. Tell me, what would you say to doing a bit of reconnaissance for me?
I guess, what's in it for me?
Don't be so hasty to inflate your own worth. You've succeeded once, very admirable, but if you're looking to make a name for yourself, Ventru, listen very carefully. There have been whispers, rumors spreading around the kindred community concerning the Elizabeth Dane, the cargo ship that was towed into port recently. Have you heard of it?
No, I haven't. What about?
The Dane was found out at sea. The reports say it was without crew, but they have yet to report a fate of said crew. The police are investigating the Dane as we speak. Even the Nosferatu have little information on what's been found. However, the reason the ship has caused such speculation is because it was transporting an object called the Ankaran sarcophagus. Now, I'm not one to predicate a decision based on conjecture, so what I need is fact. And more importantly, I need evidence that the occurrences on the Dane were not supernatural in nature, and in no way relate to this Ankaran sarcophagus.
Znači on ne veruje da ovaj rumor da ima neki Ankaran sarcophagus. Treba mu dokaz za to, kao da nije to neko super naturalno ili tako nešto. What do I have to go? What do you need me to do?
You have 3 objectives. 1. I want you to examine the sarcophagus for anything unusual. You may sense something peculiar about the sarcophagus. In fact, many kindred in the city have reported an uneasiness in the air since the Dane's arrival. Do not, under any circumstances, open the Ankaran sarcophagus. Secondly, the police have begun their investigation. Find out what they have concluded thus far. Thirdly, take the cargo manifest for the ship. I want to find out what else it was carrying. The last thing we want is police aware of our existence, so be careful what you do in front of them. And unlike the warehouse, you cannot wholesale slaughter a ship full of lawmen without consequences. Is this understood?
Yes.
Good. Oh, and it has come to my attention that you had an encounter with Nines Rodriguez earlier.
To taj on
The
lik
man
koji nam
so does
spasio.
love to throw that cretinous charm of his brashly about. What exactly did Mr. Rodriguez say?
He asked me to visit him at the last round.
Consider it a lesson. You see, we Ventru sometimes must take it upon ourselves to patronize the rabble and hear them out with a look of genuine concern, no matter how ridiculous their notions may be.
I'll go see him right now.
Give the
Wait.
Anarch community my regards.
Okay. Čekaj, zapravo, šta mogu još da kažem?
Give the Anarch community my regards.
Ja zapravo ne znam šta treba uradim. Mislim, osim toga da idem kod last round ili šta već. Liče, šta može ti da kažeš nam?
Yeah, you go right on up and see Mr. LaCroix. Let's see what we got on good old camera 3. Oh, well, hello there. I've been thinking about you, oh yeah. I want to lick you all over. Then make my way down to your creamy center and... What the... Get your hands off my Bavarian cream!
Au, cuckold. To je opasno. Šalim se, nije cuckold. On nema nju. Šta je bro, brate? Ok, last round. Ja zapravo ne znam da je to. Ajmo da mi nađemo, da barem pokušamo da nađemo. Last round i kao, zvuči kao neki bar. Što znači da moramo da nađemo nešto što izgleda kao jedan. Neko je, brate, ono... Kitapon, kako je vidim. Šta je ovo? A? Ja ne znam šta je ovo, ljudi. Ovo je stvarno malo čudno. Ajmo mi da probamo... Da idemo negdje drugdje. Neću... Treba mi isto krv, brate. Mogu se vratim tamo kod Santa Monica, pa... Sa tim likom da... razgovaram pa da pijem njegovu krv. Ali nije i do toga već. Treba mi još nešto, znači... Last round. Moguće, ali vrlo moguće da je, može se nalazi tu kod Santa Monica. A neko downtown. Moguće. Ali nisam siguran, mislim. Da, ja nemam ideju popolno, ono, gdje je. Da, evo ga, the last round, evo ga. Okej, ajmo da idemo unutra.
So that chased you in here, Cammy?
Šta da kažem sada?
Heard Nine saved your ass again. You think LaCroix would have stopped counting his money long enough to get your back, Jack? Cammy, you'd have a whole lot less above your neck if it hadn't been for Nines calling the prince out in that courtroom. Shit. Looks like things worked out for LaCroix anyway. Got himself a new errand boy out of it.
Did I do something to piss you off?
As long as you're a tool for some cape, you don't have to say a word to start pissing me off.
What's a cape?
Cape, Cammy. Camarilla elders? The ones that have been around so long they think candlelight's a keen invention? You're doing their dirty work and you don't even know it.
Well, what alternative do I have?
You want an alternative? Being here. That's a step in the right direction. I'm Damsel, den mother of these mothers, and one pissed bitch since LaCroix moved in.
I don't know about LaCroix, but I'm cool with Nines, though. I'm Damsel, then mother of these mothers, and one piss.
Hey, Cammy. I don't apologize often, but it's just with all the shit that's been going down lately. And on top of it, this plague bearer getting the CDC's attention, maybe I misjudged you, is all I'm saying.
Understandable.
doesn't care who they feed from. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. We can't get sick, but the kind can. And kindred that feed on them start spreading disease. And that gets sick, it's an epidemic. CDC's in town as we speak.
Check. A plague bearer's a fool that doesn't care who they feed from. Yeah, I know that what you're thinking. We can't get sick, but the king can. And creatures that feed on them... Aha! Znači, kindred, odnosno vampiri... Znači, plague bearers su one vampiri koji sisali kao krv iz običnih ljudi koji imaju bolesti, pa što prenose, pa imaju te bolest, i oni proširaju taj virus, pa eto. I onda postaje kao epidemik, kao sada koronavirus. CDC is in town as we speak. So how do you get rid of one?
Seen Old Yeller? May sound cruel, but it's necessary. If someone puts together 2 and 2 as to the real cause of an outbreak of bloodborne diseases, guess what happens? So the plague bearers gotta be found and put down. If the Camarilla really gives a damn, they'll help us out.
If someone puts together 2 and 2 as to the real cause... I'll do it, but only because I'm bored. The anarchist makes a mess, I suppose. I'll think about it. Where do I start? Jedan.
One of our boys' ghouls, name's Paul, lives nearby in the Skyline Apartments. Been a stranger lately. Looked like death last time he was here. Said he didn't get bit, but maybe you can get more info out of him.
Paul Skylar.
Wait, if Paul's not talking, you might want to start questioning the homeless pop. So many have been dying lately that it takes the city a few days to pick up the bodies.
Wait, if Paul's not talking, you might want to start questioning the homeless pop. So many have been dying lately, then it takes the city a few days to pick up the bodies. Huh?
Yeah?
Tell me about Nines.
No one like him in this world or the next. He's to the anarchs what George Washington was to the colonies, what Ho Chi Minh was to Vietnam. He is the LA anarchs personified. He's a great leader, and yet he's humble. I'd die for him. No one like him in the Camarilla or otherwise. Anything else?
Your thoughts on the Crocs?
Who the hell does he think he is, coming into town claiming Camarilla authority over the city? We kicked them out 60 years ago. It's like England coming back and telling the U.S. how they should do things. Fuck LaCroix.
I had no idea the anarchs had been in control that long. I had another question.
Yeah?
Tell me about Smiling Jack.
Jack? Jack's Jack. Kind of a legend amongst anarchs. There's not an anarch in the world who wouldn't stand in rock star awe of Jack. Even the Camarilla doesn't mess with him.
Really, I had no idea. Jack's one of the cool people I've met.
He's been around a long time. He used to be a pirate, so the rumor goes. Talk to Jack. He's never short on chat.
I had another question. Tell me about the anarchs.
We hear about passion, Kenny, and freedom. Things most Camarilla types just can't understand. I could go on and on, but Skelter says it takes too long to get me off my soapbox. Ask him. Or even Jack.
No, go on. Tell me what you think.
I mean, geez, it just makes sense. Power should be redistributed amongst all of us, not just the few. Communism would actually work for Kindred, where it fails with humans. It's just common sense, you know? Yeah?
Your thoughts on the Camarilla?
It's a sham, a pyramid scheme. Nothing but musty, withdrawn elders waging power struggles for no other reason than to keep their own ass alive for one more century. You think you have any real power in the Cam? You're kidding yourself.
I really don't understand it myself. I'm kind of new to this.
You'd be better off without them. You'll see. Yeah?
Have some questions? Nemam ništa. Ba. A bi super da mogu to igrati.
Well, if it ain't the talk of the town, poster child for Camarilla benevolence. What errand does the prince have you running today, boy?
Funny, is Nine Rodriguez around here?
Nines is expected. Have some manners and don't wear out your welcome. I'm Skelter. Act up again, and I'll be the one showing your ashes to the door.
Like I said, I need to see Nines.
So then go on up and see her. You're free to do as you please here.
I'll do that, see ya. Evo ga, a vidi ovaj.
Well, looky who made it back in one piece. How is Santa Monica, kiddo?
I didn't get to do much sightseeing.
I can't imagine you did. Probably too busy getting pushed around by every vampire with the weakest seniority over you, am I right?
You could say that, yes.
That's usually the way the story goes. Same old bullshit politics from when you were alive, huh? Don't it make you just want to rip somebody's spine out? What? You saying that's just me?
Politics.
Politics. The stuff that makes the rich get richer, keeps the powerful in power. Look at why you're out in Santa Monica in the first place. Because Prince LaCroix said so.
You don't follow his rules?
Kid, I never answered to no man in life. Now I sure as shit ain't taking orders from a vampire with a suit and a funny name. And when I die again, the devil's gonna have to cut me a deal if he wants my ass. Besides, I never trust anybody with an X in their name.
Why did the prince send me to Santa Monica?
Because he never thought you'd make it back. If Nines didn't stand up for you in the courtroom, you would have been toast right there, man. Everybody knows that.
I don't get it. Why did he want to kill me?
It's bullshit Camarilla law. You gotta get it approved before you sire anyone. Vampire population control, fascist crap. LaCroix wanted to look like the strong leader upholding the law.
So how come I'm still standing here?
Public relations, man. Calculated risk. Vets who are born in a boardroom. When Nines called him out, LaCroix realized it was time to show a carefully measured dose of Camarilla compassion.
You're not into public relations, Jack.
Yeah, man. It's called kicking ass and crushing the skulls of any asshole who steps on my toes. That seems to work. People dig it.
Is LaCroix afraid of Nines? I thought he was the boss.
LaCroix is the boss of the Camarilla in L.A. That's it. LaCroix is the boss. That's rich.
You're not part of the Camarilla?
Free living dead, kiddo. A lot of people like to use the label anarchs. Whatever the hell that means. Anarchs. That's got a nice kick to it, though, huh? Yeah.
Tell me about the Anarchs.
That's us, so I'm told. What do you want to know?
How long has the Anarch movement existed?
Yeah, I could tell you about the history of the movement, about our struggle. What's any of that shit mean, anyway? Do we want to sit through history class here?
It's good to know your
I'm
history.
no scholar, kid, but I've been around. Seen more and done more than most vampires ever will. I don't know that our situation's ever gonna be easy, but some things you gotta decide are worth fighting for.
How can you win, though?
Fight harder than the other son of a bitch. Every time I yank a jawbone from a skull and ram it in an eye socket, I know I'm building a better future.
Does Nines share your vision?
You bet, kid.
Is he in charge
As
here?
much as anyone is. Nines is a stand-up guy. Takes the politics a little too seriously, though. Came up during the Great Depression, so his brain's wired to that shit.
What about the rest of the Nines crew?
I'm not sure the story on most of them. Nines crew.
What clan are you?
Bruja. Most everyone here has Bruja blood.
I've got a few more questions.
Moving right along.
The Chatri?
What's on your mind?
Humans?
What about them?
What do you think of them?
What do I think of humans? I don't, really. When you were alive, did you think about cows? You know, if one got killed, I bet you didn't cry, but You know, you're not out there slaughtering them for sport either.
But they get caught in the crossfire
Ah,
sometimes.
man, we got our own problems. Let the kin sink or swim. Moving right along.
Ja ne znam, ovdje sam mnogo proveo.
Oh, my favorite topic.
Prince,
Ah, to hell with LaCroix. I blasted better vampire's brains all over the wall. He's not the prince. He's a prince. Ah, he's a typical Ventru asshole. Predictable, safe, no imagination. Ah, man, the guy's a pussy. He just got lucky he showed up in LA at the right time.
He's just stupid lucky?
I'm not saying he's stupid. He's just an asshole and needs his teeth kicked in, that's all.
What do you know about the sheriff?
Oh, the sheriff, yeah. I love how everyone's talking about that big mystery. It's like someone embraced a doped-up gorilla. What else did you need some truth about? That's us, so I'm told. What do you want to know? As much as anyone is. Nines is a stand-up guy. Takes the pop.
Dobro, neću više, ajde.
Lube. What's on your mind?
Actually, I don't have any. One of him.
What's up?
Another few. Okay. Ja sam toliko ovdje, znaš, dugo izdržao. Ajde, pričam s
You
njim.
showed up. Good. Here's what I gotta tell you. And so you know, I don't lecture, I don't rap, I'm no bureaucrat. I'm just a guy out of nowhere came to be involved in something 500 times bigger than you and me.
Go on.
You got a right to know the score. The Camarilla, this is the short of it. They operate a lot like a pyramid scheme. There's a bunch of these old-timers at the top with God only knows what plots in mind. They lose their power, they die. They sired more to carry out their plans. And looking for a little power, then those kindred sired for their own schemes, and so on and on and on. It hurts my head just thinking about the mess. And it works out to is this. Only a few people at the top have any real power.
Aren't you a part of the Camarilla?
Them's fighting words, newbie. But you're young and stupid, so I won't make an example out of you. See, the Camarilla claims all of us are members, even if we don't want to be. Which is, of course, the biggest load of horseshit a man ever heard.
So what are you all about?
I learned the way of this world during the Depression. Bunch of old rich bastards screwed the country. But did they suffer? No. The little people suffered. You can't trust the people at the top. The world would be a better place without them. All you can do is get a group of people together who aren't assholes. Find a place to put your feet up and make some examples of the quote-unquote elite to keep the rest the hell out. Everyone's an equal here. The same thing this country used to be about. That's what LA has been. An anarch-free state.
Anarch-free state.
The Camarilla was kicked out on their ass a long time ago. We, the anarchs, didn't want to play their politics anymore. Now LaCroix and crew pop in like they never left? No goddamn way. Their laws don't apply to us.
Have you tried meeting with the
I
Camarilla?
got their meeting right here.
Not a fan of the Prince, huh?
LaCroix represents everything I hate. The Camarilla, stuck-up aristocrats, rich businessmen, crooked politicians. The only place LaCroix belongs is in an urn.
Sounds like you're the Prince of the Anarchs.
No such thing. And again, newbie, don't throw
What we
those
doing?
kind of words around lightly. You're risking a beatdown. I fought to keep LA free since I was embraced. Long time later, I'm one of the only ones left that hasn't bidded or switched sides. The most veteran soldier on the battlefield.
Any advice you can give me?
Here's what I tell all the new blood. 1, you get careless, that blood will make you into a monster. But you rampage around here, you get put down. 2, don't kill when you feed. No reason to. In this city, there's lots of ways to slake the beast without leaving a trail of dead. 3, the Camarilla's full of shit. 4, watch your back, always. And lastly, learn how to fight. Because a speech ain't gonna save your ass when you're staring down the barrel of a shotgun.
3, the gun is full of shit. 4, watch your back, always. And lastly, learn how to fight. Speech ain't gonna save that. Can you teach me how to fight?
After picking your ass up off the pavement back there, yeah. I can tell you don't even know the basics. Hold your hands up like this, and keep your body at an angle. Makes you harder to hit. Keep your thumbs out of your fists and put your weight into your punches.
Stats increased! Thanks for all your help, friends.
LA's the school of hard knocks, so keep your friends close and your enemies in a barbecue pit. Once you square things with LaCroix, don't give that son of a bitch the time of night. I got my eye on you, kid.
LA is the school of hard knocks. Keep your friends close and your enemies in a barbecue pit. Once you square things with...
Sorry, Ruby, but I got the whole city shouting in my ear right now. We'll have to rant some other night.
Okay. Prošlo je 30 minuta, čoveč. Ma jebe što je, ajde. Oh my god. Ajmo jedno misiju da budem, brate. Pričali smo, samo pričali.
Seth. Yeah? Hey, I heard that.
Aj, idemo. What the fuck? What the fuck? Brate, šta je bilo? Damsel and set you on the trail of the... Okej, ovo je stvarno čuno, brate. Nisam ja to znao. Znači ako ja nemam krv, ubit ću nekoga, brate. Ubio sam nekog lika, vidi. Brate, mili. Ajde, moram da pričamo s ovim likom. Gdje je ovaj? Ja sam zaboravio popuno. Brate, koliko ovdje sve mi zbune ovo. Brate, samo smo pričali, ništa nismo nadali. Što je najgore. Produžit ću na 1 sat, pošto stvarno ne znam više, ljudi. Brate, gdje? Jel ovdje? Brate mili, jebać. Kako može se pričati u ovom igricu? To je nevjerojatno, majke. Ono, ne želim da pričam, boli mene ovo za to. Ajde. A? Šta? Brate... Ja moram pričam s ovom likom opet, čekaj.
Yeah, you go right on up and see Mr. LaCroix. Cover me, Tubbs!
Pa sve to, Ajde, da pričamo sa njim.
Give the Anarch community my
I did. They said nothing important.
How uncharacteristic of them. Now that that's out of the way, I trust you're prepared to leave for the Dane.
I am, but I have some question first.
I suppose I can spare a few seconds.
About
yes.
people. Jack.
The man is a scourge, the physical manifestation of chaos. Whenever he makes an appearance in one city, it is only a matter of time before a calamity is attributed to his latest lark. Yes,
yourself.
It's common knowledge. I was born in Calais, France, over 200 years ago. When I graduated from the Royal Military Academy, I joined Napoleon's army. It was shortly after Waterloo, when I was embraced by a Belgian noble. From that time onward, I counted some of the greatest kindred in Europe as my mentors, and worked towards establishing a Camarilla presence in new territories. In 1930, I came to the Americas and staked power in New York. Soon after, I headed west to claim domain.
What clan are you?
We share the same blood, you and I. Without the Ventru, the organization of the Camarilla would have dissipated long ago, and the other clans would have turned to each other's throats over petty land grabs. That is the burden we must bear. Yes.
Beckett.
You've met Beckett? Yes. He did pay me the courtesy of announcing his presence in my city. He's lionized in kindred society, by most. Beckett's the definition of renowned scholar, but he's also a lone wolf, and owes allegiance only to his intellectual pursuits. Yes.
The guy that's standing behind you, the girl.
He's my sheriff. When there is a problem that words are wasted on, I send him. The less one sees of him, the better. Yes. Which is...
the Camarilla.
In this age of information, videotape, and weapons of mass destruction, the Camarilla is more necessary than it has ever been. The alternative to thorough secrecy these days is extinction. As long as we exist, so shall kindred society.
I had questions about something else.
Yes, which is...
Sabat.
Every night you wake up, be thankful you were not sired by one of their kind, or you would have woken under the ground, forced to claw your way up from the dirt into a brief, bloody, violent existence. Savages, bloodthirsty, irresponsible heathens. Yes, which is...
the Ankaran sarcophagus.
All I know about the Ankaran sarcophagus is what I've heard on the news. It was found during an archaeological excavation in Turkey, and it appears ancient. There could be nothing but dust inside. However, that does not discount the possibility of it containing some kindred artifact, or even a mummy. All of these evidence of the supernatural, and therefore potentially damaging to us. As for it containing an ancient kindred, the Camarilla does not put stock in the actuality of antediluvians. They're myths. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Which is... all I know about the Ankaran... all of these evidence... which is... all I know... all of these... yes... which is...
I forget it, I'm ready to... I forgot. Nećemo još. Ajmo da postimo... Janet, zapravo. Da. Janet. Mora.
Need a ride?
Ajmo. Samo vozimo do Santa Monica. Evo vidi je silent. Molim te, neka budemo tu. Ne... Ajde. Ajde. To. Ajmo pričam.
Hello, kitten. Did you come back for me? Even if you didn't, just nod your head. I'm all gooey. I didn't think you'd be back so soon. Any particular reason for this unexpected visit? Although, it is pleasure. I mean, a pleasure to see you again. Oh, sweetheart. Desperately these nights. I'm just a lonely little girl on a rainy day. Know any games we can play?
I know something we can do, but I'm not sure it's possible.
Oh, well, it's a little different, but entirely possible. Come sit next to me on the bed. I'll
To.
show you.
To.
I see you.
Oh my god. Uradimo, ljudi. Dobre. Au, brat.
All alone.
Razvalili smo je. Potpuno.
Hide from me. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Ovo je najbolja ikada deo igrice.
Myself this time. I wish I had my hairbrush. I see you. All alone. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Da. Ovo je super, ljudi. Uspjeli smo konačno. Konačno smo uradili ono najbitnije misija ikada i to je bilo ovo. Ja sam srećan, mogu konačno da završim ovaj serijal. Naravno neću. Ali ovaj part je bio toliko neproduktivno, ali pa ne mogu da kažem da je ceo video nije bilo produktivno jer smo možda radili reprodukcije nečega, proces. Ako razumite. Ali da, hvala što ste gledali. Ako ste, opa, ajde čekaj da izađem iz ovoga. Da. Opa. Okej. Smo uradili, dobro. Idit ćemo ovako u downtown.
Hop in.
Ajde. Okej. Da, to bi bio to. Uspjeli smo, ljudi. Uspjeli smo, ja sam srećan. Ovo je najbolji kraj za ikada neki part. Osim toga što mi otac ono povraća ko lud. Sve je savršeno, ljudi. Stvarno. Hvala vam, ljudi. Stvarno, što ste gledali. Ako vam sviđa, dajte lajk. Sharujte. Joj, brate, kako se ovo povrće. Ako vam sviđa, dajte lajk. Sharujte i naravno jedan subujte, ljudi, jer ja se baš onako kao trudim. Pa i da. Onda, čekaj bre, samo da ulazim ovdje. Pornhub, brate, bukvalno. Čekaj da safeujem. Da, imam onda ovdje safeujem. Ajde, safe? Zapravo nismo ni safeovali, da. Zamisli da ovo nisu safeovali. Čekaj, samo provjerim ovdje. Jeste, dobre. I da, ljudi, kao što ste gledali, ako ste živjeli, to. Subujte. Okej? Molim vas, posebno hoću i barem jedan sub. Nakon što smo imali najuspešniju misiju ikada i najbolje misije na ovom celom igricu. Molim vas, ljudi. I da, ljudi. Vidimo se sljedeći put u part 9. Ćao, čao.